sound okay, everybody?
Yep.
Yeah,
Can you hear me?
I can't hear loud and clear yet.
I gotta wait for David to pee now. Callan's being a diva. I don't have any speedway placement today.
Yeah.
First podcast.
What's that?
I'm just gonna put this in this pan. Heat it up. Or I guess we can do it at the break, right? Take a break and get it warmed up. Have you had this?
No, I haven't.
What?
I haven't had it yet.
Wow.
What's up, Clark Pope?
Think how much better this conversation would go if you had cocktails.
That's right. Would you like to put a placement?
I've done one podcast and I took 11 different cocktails.
Oh my God.
It was supposed to be like 15 minutes. It was an hour and a half. The sound mixer was lit because apparently he cannot drink what he thinks he can.
Oh.
It was
We can do that here.
it was freaking hilarious. I put me on the list. I told you.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll give you.
Absolutely.
Are you,
That would be a fun one.
are you in Heinen's yet with that? You don't know.
It's a strange relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm ready to like set myself on fire in protest. As of Thursday last week, I got the email that says you're cleared for Giant Eagle Dave's Market District. That's good news. It's a great way to start your day, right? Monday it gets sent out to Market District. It gets refused at the door because corporate has approved it, regional has approved it, but nobody put it into the computer.
Oh God.
As approved.
Right.
So 50 people show up in Westlake because we put it out on the internet that it was at the Westlake Market District.
Wow.
50 people went in on Monday to ask for it. And they just turned around. One of them got so pissed, they started telling people that it's not approved, we're not bringing that crap in. And who do they tell that to? Yeah, my $100,000 investor.
Oh, shut up.
Oh,
That
wow.
was a really relaxing phone call.
Wow.
8 people.
Wow.
Are you ready, David?
Do I want to ask what's in the pot? Or is that the theme of, is that the
It's
game
just-
for
it's just
today?
chili.
Yeah.
We're talking about
chili?
just
Yeah, it's a southwestern chicken chili.
Oh, game on.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go.
I've never tasted it either.
Huh?
I've never had it.
Congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate it.
That sounds all yummy.
All right.
It's
In 5, 4, 3,
Thanks, appreciate it.
1. This is Eric and David bringing you the next episode of the Craft Food Classroom, the podcast. David, how you doing, my friend?
I'm blessed and highly favored.
I like that one.
That one's a good one.
That's a good one. I think we should go with that one.
I like it too. But listen, you always ask me how I'm doing,
Yeah.
and then I get to tell you,
Yeah.
and then we just jump into the guests.
Yeah.
I don't ever get to ask you how you're doing. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I mean, we got a beautiful day outside.
It
We
is
got a lot
beautiful.
going on. We got some chili cooking over here.
Can't beat that.
I mean, what else could you ask for?
Nothing.
This is
Nothing.
called work.
And we have a special guest here.
Why don't you introduce him?
This is the man, the myth,
Uh-oh.
and the legend.
Hey.
This guy comes to us from all over the place.
Yeah.
Just getting back from where?
West Africa,
West
Ghana.
Africa and Ghana.
Yeah,
We have none other than Anthony McGall,
That's me.
the founder, operator, and curator of Comfort Zone Foods.
That's it.
And he has, I just got to say this first and foremost before we get into it, the most banging egg roll,
Oh,
corned beef, and
Oh,
cabbage
God.
casserole.
Stop it.
I mean, this
Stop
egg
it.
roll, it'll cause fights amongst the family. Welcome to the podcast.
welcome.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, good man. We're glad to have you. So tell us a little bit about the chili that we have here today, and then actually
Yeah, let's go back further.
Let's go back further.
Right.
Tell us about you. How'd you tell us a little story about you and how you even discovered food as a business?
I have a natural affinity to food.
Mm-hmm.
I do. I started cooking at about 8.
Wow.
Well, I love my family. Some of them don't cook well, so I had to figure some things out on my own. You know,
Right.
start with grilled cheese and then work your way up. I started a chef internship at 16 at the Marriott Hotel Society Center.
Wow.
Dave and Mark were the head chefs over there at the time.
Okay.
And I just kind of transitioned into the military. I didn't do any cooking there, and I kind of lost my thing for cooking. It was just a lot of food, a lot of people, industrial, everything.
Sure.
Right.
Once I was out of the military, I picked it back up. That really is my true passion. I am a father of an adult child, but at the time when I was trying to feed him, it was like, he's a student athlete. And trying to feed him throughout the day because he didn't really kind of connect with the food in the lunchroom and things. So I
Right.
would, you got it. Yeah, so I would just like cook in bulk and freeze it, and he would take to school and then
Kind of like some
heat it
early
up.
meal prepping.
Right.
Yeah.
So some of his friends got along like, man, what you got going on over there? So I started cooking extra, and then I got really confident with this particular chili. I'm a tailgater. And sometimes the competition gets a little thick, right? So yeah, so I did pretty well at the like the chili cook-offs down in at the tailgates, and then I really got to a point where like maybe I should give this a try and get this in stores, and then I found CCLK online, and like the rest is history.
That's awesome.
Yeah, yeah. I remember Anthony took our class.
Yeah, a lot of information in that class. It was worth it. The time, the money, all of it.
Yeah,
So,
it's
and it's still paying off now.
Good.
So we're gonna try your chili in a little bit, but David did mention these egg rolls that we have had. How did that come about?
I got like an inner fat kid. It's just, and it kind of made sense. I thought I came up with an original idea.
Well, in my mind, you still have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it just made sense, like corned beef and cabbage and egg rolls. It should work, and I tried it, and I was like, "Wow, this is really a thing." So I did what I normally do. I passed it out to some family members. They loved it, and I said, "Well, that's just family. They, don't want to bruise my ego." So I just random people I gave it out to, and they were like, "Man, this is the best thing I ever
Man, I'm
had."
talking about. I got so many plans in my mind. Let me tell you, Anthony. I got hip to you and your food creations last year when we met. But I heard about these egg rolls. Never tried them until most recently when we featured them in our Love Local.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I happened to get a pack that didn't have the instructions on it.
Oh.
So common sense, I like to hang out in the kitchen. So at first, I'm trying to think of the healthy way to make it. So I put it in the oven to bake it. Didn't work.
I know.
Yeah, it almost shattered my teeth. Then I put it in some grease to fry it.
That's the way.
But then I was wondering, how long do you fry it? Can you tell me so I know, and all the wonderful folks at home, when they get it, they know how to make it
Right.
properly?
Depending on the fryer, between 7 and 9 minutes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Depending on the fryer.
All right. Cool. So I've been about 3 minutes shy.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, I got to the point where I busted open and just get the insides. 'Cause I said, man, if I could get this gentleman to make me a bowl of what's inside of here, I'll be good to go. It's, oh my gosh,
You know
it is so, dude, it is one of the best things I've ever had, seriously.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So besides cooking and creating some dang good food, you're an EMT.
I am a paramedic for the city of Cleveland and field training officer and special topics instructor. And
Yeah, that's super cool.
Dang,
of
you've
that
been doing that
stuff.
a long time.
Yes, I got started in 2002. I've been
Wow.
with the city since 2005.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Seen a
awesome.
lot.
You have seen a lot.
A lot. I still see a lot.
Yeah.
Some of it's comical though. It's just not all doom and gloom. Some of it's like, you gotta be kidding me.
You called us out here for this. So how did the pandemic treat you and your business?
Ooh, it was a bit brutal. Like everything came to a screeching halt.
Did
It did, and you just kind of weathered the storm little bit by little bit. There's a few catering jobs. There were some benefits because people were at home, and it's like, I can't go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
I don't cook well. Let me call somebody. So
Right.
you kind of find ways to create a little bit of revenue here and there, and now I'm still here.
Yeah,
Sure.
good for you, and we're glad for it.
So what's your plans for your business?
Ooh, looking at the end of the day, the mission is to get good food in grocery stores for everyone to have access to. even if there's a possibility for rebranding to some degree.
Sure.
I think that's a good thing. At the end of the day, I just think these are products that are necessary because they're new and they're different.
Yep.
That's the goal, just to get it out there, something different, because everybody gets tired of mac and cheese.
Right,
and
right.
it's something different.
Yeah, exactly right. So have you, are you in any retail yet?
Not yet. Well, actually, two. K&K Portage.
Sure.
All right, and I've had my shot at Constantino, so I'm going to keep working my hand over there.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. Cool. We're going to take a break, and we're going to have some chili that's cooking right now. And then I want to hear about Africa when we get back.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
This is Eric and David. We will be back. Take a short break to listen to our sponsor, PNC Bank. Talk to you soon. Okay.
So, any thoughts on the PNC commercial?
Why you know more than me.
Okay. Good job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I feel like PNC should write a script for us.
Yeah.
I mean, we could, I don't know. How eager, we need something today though, do you?
Well, that'd be nice just to put something in there.
Did you catch?
As a
Placeholder. Did you go
Because
to?
right now, if we were to release them, they would they would run an algorithm that would put a random ad in there.
Oh,
No, we don't want to do that. How about if we go see Brian? I've reached out to Daniel a couple times. He must be busy. The first time we got an external reply like he was away from his desk or on vacation or something.
I like how you said about the class being so worthwhile.
Yeah, because there's a lot of nuggets in there.
Yeah. It's a lot faster. I'm trying to be general.
Yeah, man, I'm not kidding about those egg rolls, brother. I feel like you got something special. I'm to the point where I'm ready. Okay.
I got something else coming with that.
Do you?
I do, yeah.
Okay. Because I'm ready to go post up outside of our local brewery back home.
Yeah.
And just get it cracking.
I hope.
Because they don't really sell food. They just have popcorn and stuff.
Really?
And I have
I saw he was gonna have a food truck there.
yeah,
on
they have
Thursday.
a guy that kind of does some stuff, but I have a verbal commitment from him that's like, hey, if you show up with whatever, we'll give you permission to. So I thought about, like, your product, I just don't know how, if I just take a turkey fryer out there, I don't know what to do.
That typically, when I'm doing the event for like St. Patty's, I have like 3 fryers.
Okay.
One of them is like the indoor turkey fryer.
Yeah.
I just drop a basket down like 12 at a time and then bring them up and repeat.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's probably what I'll end up doing. I
Yeah.
mean,
You can take our fryer.
there you go. I have one of the team out there just posting up and getting those corned beef and cabbage egg rolls,
Man.
man, with the craft beer.
Oh,
That'll work.
You can't
That
beat it.
would work, yeah.
And it's simple enough, right? And the portions are good. Like, I've never been disappointed with the amount that's inside of
Right.
it. I've always had to, I've always been kicking myself because that last little layer of the egg isn't cooked all the way.
Right.
So it's a little doughy. But then there's this, like, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir, but when you pop that thing open, all that juice.
Yeah.
I'm talking about,
Have
man.
you had them yet, Barry?
No.
Oh man, I mean, I'm gonna have to cook some of them, get them down here. Just
I'd prefer
Yeah.
it if you made it too, because that way I could taste it how it's supposed to be made. But at the same time, I'm happy with what I've explored, I've discovered.
You ready?
Yeah, this will be the next break.
Okay, so Bishop's cool. He said he got a funeral.
He's got what?
A funeral.
Oh, got
So,
it. It's worked out good for him.
yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Eric and David. We are back bringing you the Craft Food Classroom, the podcast. Everyone's still doing well?
yep.
Doing good.
Awesome. So before the break, we talked about, you just recently got back from Africa.
I did.
What was that all about?
I did my ancestry and traced it back to one particular people in Ghana.
Really?
Yeah, so I made the trip. First time I went, and I'm a firm believer that nothing is for nothing.
Sure,
you know what
sure,
I mean? Like
yeah.
nothing happens for no reason. So working with the fire department, some guys were doing some international training with somebody from Ghana.
Really?
So when I made mention I'm going to make a trip, they said, you got to get in contact with this guy. And he hosted me my first trip.
Wow.
He's like the number 3 man on the National Fire Department. So I had a chance to meet the National Fire Chief.
Really?
And it was so amazing. So I fell in love not only with the culture, but the food. The food is,
Oh, that was me. Hold on. It turned off. It turned off. Yeah, I unplugged it. Turns back on.
Mike,
We'll just, we'll just start that over.
was that popping in the mic?
I think it's popping because we have it plugged in. Remember when you and I used to do
there we
that?
go.
Okay. Mic check.
Can you hear it?
Yeah,
All right.
yep.
Cool. We're back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is Eric and David. We are back bringing you the Craft Food Classroom, the podcast. Everyone doing all right?
Yep.
Good.
Cool.
Good.
So Anthony, before the break, we were talking about how you went to Africa.
Yes.
Tell us all about that.
Africa was an amazing trip. Initially, I did my ancestry, and I found out that my paternal DNA comes from one particular place in Ghana. So I made the trip, and working with some guys from the fire department, they had done some international training and came across a guy who is like the number 3 man on the National Fire Department there in Ghana. So I reached out to him. He was very hospitable. He hosted me my first trip and just kind of gave me a lot of insight to everything that was going on there. So it's like I fell in love not only with like the people and the culture, but the food is something completely different.
Really?
It is. It genuinely is. The culture, it leans into the food, of course, but I adapted to it like immediately. So the more time that I was there, the more I made a decision to actually purchase some land there.
Really?
So in 2019, I purchased almost 2 football fields worth of land.
Wow.
Right. Which is kind of ridiculous to a sense, but ultimately I want to open up a guest house.
Okay.
It's just a thing where I feel a connection and a
Sure.
responsibility as well. So again, now that I'm there more often, I go every year, I'm starting to understand how these recipes work and
Sure.
the meaning, because there's like a whole culture behind each recipe.
Really?
Yeah, so it's like I'm learning these things. It's like I would love to kind of go into an international version of my company with foods like that, very
Heck yeah.
accessible. But one thing at a time.
Do you see yourself living there someday?
Someday.
Really?
That's the end game.
Sure.
But I got a lot of life in front of me.
Sure, sure.
Yeah.
That's incredible. So talk to us about some of the food. What's your favorite thing over there that you've had?
Ooh, jollof rice. It is a West African. It doesn't matter what section of West Africa you're from, jollof rice is a known staple.
Really?
Now, there are some fierce battles. Just like Chile here, there are some battles. Nigeria does it better than Ghana. Sierra Leone does it better than whoever. It's just, but it doesn't matter what dialect you come from. It's just a staple, and you immediately connect to it.
Really?
Yeah.
What makes that rice so?
It's kind of like a fried rice with a tomato base to it.
Oh, interesting.
Right. So it's not like greasy, but it's comfort food. It really is.
Have you come back and started making some of it?
I tried. I'm still working on it. I
Yeah.
won't come out until I'm comfortable. But you got to fail a couple times.
That's amazing.
It was just curious. In the price of land over there, is it comparable here? Cheaper? More affordable?
Much more
cheaper?
affordable.
Much more
Really?
affordable?
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Absolutely. For the amount of land that I purchased, it was under $10,000.
Oh
Really?
my gosh.
Right. And that was at the time when I purchased it. This is now post Corona, and
Yeah.
prices and everything like chicken and soybeans and
Going
everything is exactly. So
Yeah,
it's a process. Yeah.
Everyone's experiencing supply chain issues. And
Yeah.
Cost. I think we're on the verge of inflation here. When you were over there, did you able to connect with any relatives?
Not relatives. Well, you start establishing relationships,
Ships.
and they become family
Friend,
over
yeah.
the course of time. You know what I mean? But this is, like I said, it's a journey, and you got to be ready for it. Anything could pop up, and
Wow.
that's another connection had.
Where'd you stay when you were there?
Quite a few places.
Did you?
Accra is the capital, nation's
Okay.
capital. Cape Coast is it's slower.
Okay.
But it's very nice. Kumasi, Koforidua. There are quite a few places that I've been that I just absolutely love. I can't say that I've had a disappointing moment in any place that I've been.
Really? That's
Yeah.
cool. You were there for a month.
I was there for 3 weeks.
3 weeks.
Right.
Where's your land at?
It's in Cape Coast.
Cape Coast.
Cape Coast, yes. And it's probably about 10, 15 minutes from the beach. And I mean, when I say the beach, I mean the Atlantic. So the water is, I mean, genuinely, the water is beautiful and it's calming.
Yeah.
Really
That's
is. Just
cool.
sitting on the beach and listening to water, it's amazing.
And you found everybody just to be super welcoming and
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Absolutely. And it's an English-speaking country, so kind of expressing yourself and communicating isn't terribly difficult.
Good.
Yeah, just got to get through the accent.
Yeah, right.
That's
Thick
it, yeah.
accents, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's
No,
so
I
cool.
commend your adventurous spirit and that energy inside of you that wants to connect with your ancestry. That's
Absolutely.
a commendable thing.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we were talking about that today in a meeting we were having, and one of our staff members brought that up. Like, he can only go back 3 generations,
Right.
Unless he does that whole Ancestry.com
Right.
thing, which he's thinking about doing. But like some people on our staff, he can trace his heritage all the way back to 1847
Wow.
when the first Rheinberger came from Germany over here, which
Wow.
was just pretty cool. I am smelling some chili
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
is making me hungry. Our local chef Barry is
Jarvis.
cooking up something good.
Yeah.
So we are going to take one more break and then come back and try some chili.
Yeah.
All
Can't
right.
wait.
Let's do it.
We'll be back.
Peace.
This is Eric and David with the Craft Food Classroom, the podcast. Okay.
Good stuff. All good stuff. What do we? I have. No, I don't have.
This is Eric and David. We are back with the Craft Food Classroom, the podcast.
Back, and it's always better, Eric, when we're back
Back
with
with
food in
food.
front of us. isn't it?
Now we are at the point in our podcast where we're gonna sample some of this southwestern chicken chili. Got some beans. It smells delicious. It tastes
Great. It's, you know, if we're not smacking, it's not good.
Oh, I heard some grunts. Uh-oh. That's serious.
No, this is
That's the
Oh man, this
yeah.
is good.
That's the reaction I always go
very
for.
well.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know, it's interesting because a lot of times when people are freezing food and then when you thaw it out and you heat it up,
Right.
it loses that seasoning.
Yeah.
This is packed with this seasoning.
That's from the heart.
Yeah. You know, we had a program with the kids just yesterday, and I told the kids, you can always taste love.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
always taste love. You
Yeah.
can tell when people took their time, and they,
Yeah.
you know, you can really do it.
Absolutely.
Now, how long did it take you to develop a recipe like this?
I developed that recipe on accident.
Did you really?
To be completely honest, it was one of those days where it's like, fajita day, and then I didn't have fajita stuff, and I'm like, I'm just not going to the grocery store. And I said, well, you know what? Put it in the pot and work it out. And this happened, and I'm like, well, let me add some of this and let me add some of that, and then now we had a whole situation, and it actually worked out to my benefit. I got a picky kid. I do. I mean, he's an adult and he's still kind of picky, right? So it's like, I can keep him interested in dishes like this because of his versatility. You know, you can do it over nachos, you can do it over fries. I've done it with crostinis. I've done it in the burrito. You can just find different ways to keep him interested. Well, at least in my situation.
Sure.
But it works out. You know, when you get it home, however you want to go about it, you can put it on a sandal, give it a shot if you want to. It just
I believe it.
So tell us what's in here.
Okay, so I use white meat chicken, black beans. There's onions, peppers, and a variety of seasonings. But I wanted to kind of angle it towards like that, like the Mexican style
Yep.
Southwest appeal,
Yep.
because it's just not out there. Like I said, I like different things. I get bored quick. Now that I think about it, I guess the kid gets it honest. Huh?
Yeah, I know. He must. He must get it on.
This is delicious.
I'm glad you like it.
Oh, I
You know,
love
this
it.
is chock full of chicken too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you didn't skimp out one bit. This is, I mean, the flavor profile on this is just.
Now, do you make any other types of chili?
Actually, I got a gumbo going into production on Monday.
Nice.
And even with the egg rolls, I've developed a way to do a jerk chicken and cabbage. Yeah, I'm trying to change
Come on,
everything.
man.
Yeah, I'm trying to change it all. It just like I get bored quick, and I know people get tired of eating the same doggone thing.
There used to be a guy a couple years back at the stadium. He had a soul roll, and it was soul food inside of an egg roll.
I can't imagine.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, it was delicious.
Yeah.
Bet.
He had some greens in there.
Yeah.
Some
Oh.
shrimp.
I've had them before. Yeah, yeah,
It was amazing.
yeah.
You blow my mind with this.
Yeah, he got tired of doing it. He was an older gentleman and he stopped. So there's you know, you don't think about that. Like, you don't think about stuffing other flavors into an egg roll.
Yeah.
All it is a wrapper.
It
Yeah,
is.
it is.
And-
To
and
contain whatever you want to
it's
put in
one of
it.
my favorite wrappers.
I got an
too,
empty
'cause
pot
it's
over
fried.
there.
The chef
The chef
literally
ate the rest of it.
ate the rest of the pan, out of the pan.
And that is a high compliment because Barry Jarvis is a chili connoisseur.
Oh man,
Actually is.
I
Yeah.
thank you for that. I
He-
thank you for it.
He actually, we met Barry by taking our class where he
Yep.
was coming in with his own full, what was it?
Full animal.
Full animal chili.
So
Wow.
he's the one that actually exposed me to, you know, Zach tells us all the time that chili is chili, but it doesn't necessarily qualify as a chili. You don't need the beans in it to
Right.
make it a chili.
That's
right?
true. That's true.
So when Barry came and he did this, kind of similar to your Southwest chicken, he had it laid out on tortillas, or was it like? Yeah, like tortillas or like fajita.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like just reach in and grab your own and eat it. And I'm like, that's not the chili I recognize. It's not chili I
Right,
recognize.
right.
But ever since that day, it just kind of opened my eyes to all the different things that you could do with chili.
That's true.
Yeah, and so this just lends itself to so many other great things. I mean, and looking at it, the consistency of it, you know, with a bowl of rice or maybe just using nachos to dip in there
Yeah.
with cheese.
Yeah.
Like there's so many options.
Yeah. And if you want to get jazzy and do a quesadilla out of it, they're different applications.
So how much would that run me right there? That
In the store,
16 ounces.
16 ounces.
yeah, 16 ounces. That's 2 servings, and that's like a whole pound of food. So we're talking about $6.50 in the store, somewhere in that
that's
ballpark.
super
great.
reasonable.
Yeah.
That's excellent. That is awesome.
I feel like you're giving it away.
Yeah, I think we need to raise our prices. David, do you make any chili?
Just your traditional chili.
Yeah, me
Like
too.
I just do I haven't explored with. Now I got to tell you this. My father-in-law, who, you know, hopefully they don't listen to this podcast, but if they do, they're not the cooks. They enjoy, you know, they're the type that just like, do you like the taste of meat type.
Okay.
Steak no seasoning, please.
Just straight farm raised, you know, folks. And he's experimented over the course of the last 5 years since I've been around with chili, where he'll take different ingredients like salsa and, you know, these different kind of sweet corn and stuff and make this chili. And I got to give it to him. He makes one of the best traditional chilies I've ever had, just with
how about
his
that?
like his experimentation of chili.
Right.
For me, I like a more of a spicy chili.
Yeah.
But I'm talking not this. This is the next level. I've never used chicken in
Neither have I.
chili before. Yeah.
Neither
So I'm
have I.
talking ground beef and chili beans.
Right.
The traditional chili. And we don't really do it often. We just do it when there's snow flying.
Yeah, that's same with us. But you know, we've got 3 different chili recipes we go through at our house. We got the traditional one, and then more of a Cincinnati style, which is we typically serve that over pasta. And then I just have a real quick one that like I actually made for the kids the other day because they just wanted to throw it on Fritos, right?
Well, hold on. Is the Tex-Mex, is that chili? What was it? This stuff Jamie makes. What's that she made for us? Oh my gosh. It's some kind of whatever.
She made us something. I don't remember.
Yeah, it's like, it's not, what is it? It's like a chili with, I think, macaroni and
Oh,
Oh,
so
the
she
chili mac.
she does her
Yeah.
chili.
chili
mac.
mac. Okay, yeah.
So she makes her own mac and cheese, and then she makes her own chili.
I feel like
combined.
that's a hit.
That's it. Well, I'll tell you what. So she went to a chili cook-off, and she took that, and she won. And all the other contestants were like, "Well, that's not fair. I mean, you showed up with mac and cheese.
Right.
throw
not
in with your
fair.
chili. That's not fair." But this is amazing. I mean, I've actually never had something like that in a chili. It's delicious.
Well, thank you.
I'm so amazed that it tastes so fresh.
Yeah,
From
that's what I was
frozen.
saying. Yeah, like that's the.
Well, that's
interesting
just it. It goes from hot to cool to freezer. Like nothing is left standing.
Standing.
Right.
Okay.
So when you reheat it, it's right what it's
part.
supposed
And
to be.
you're using just top quality ingredients. so,
Exactly.
yeah.
Premium
Oh, there's no
ingredients.
doubt about that. There's no doubt about that.
Seriously,
Got
it
no
really
doubt.
isn't. Anthony, this has been so much fun. We thank you so much for bringing some samples of your food today. I can't wait to see you on all the shelves of Heinen's and Whole Foods. and
Working
on it.
Giant Eagle,
Working on
and-
it. Working on it.
And then we'll come visit you in Africa and stay at your guest house.
That's
Absolutely.
Right.
And
And
eat
have
some of that rice.
Joe.
Jollof.
Jollof,
Jollof.
right. Jollof
Yes,
rice.
yes.
Anything else, David, before we go?
No, I just, again, thank you, Anthony, and we're honored to have you, and thank you for your entrepreneurial spirit and,
Thank you.
and all that you're doing in the food scene here in Cleveland. We appreciate it, and thank you for stopping in at the Lunchbox and joining us on the craft.
No
Have we
problem.
had this chili in the Love Local box yet?
We have.
Yeah.
We just we featured it last week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome.
With our home style.
Yeah, I remember
Pinto
the home-
beans, collard greens,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was a hit.
Cool, cool. All right, well, until next time, this is Eric and David bringing you the Craft Food Classroom, the podcast, sponsored by PNC Bank. Until next time, peace.
Peace.
Thanks.
Thanks, man. That
Thanks,
was
man.
great.
That was-
That was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That was fun. I appreciate it,
Good
man.
job, brother. That was real good.
Man.
You wouldn't happen to know a guy by the name of